Hi guys, welcome back to Delusional Diaries Podcast. I'm Hallie.
And I'm Jazz.
And hopefully by the time you're seeing this, we still have TikTok.
No, seriously. I just it sucks because every single person you ask will have a different opinion on what's going to happen. And no one actually knows. And I hate the uneasiness of not knowing things.
Yeah, we're recording this on January 17th, 16th?
Yeah.
16th. And as of last night, I feel like there's promising news coming out. They're saying the Biden administration wants to potentially keep TikTok. The Trump administration, they said that the CEO of TikTok is going to sit with Trump at his inauguration. So hopefully that means good things. Can't believe I'd ever be rooting for DGT. DJT. Why can't I fucking speak? DJT.
But here we are.
Donnie.
Literally. Please. But
it is just so crazy. I know people keep saying this, but our government can never come together on anything ever.
Single thing.
Ever. We can't come together on basic things like gun reform and stopping school shootings. I saw some girl make a video saying since TikTok was created in I think 17, 18, something like that, there'd been 1,195 shootings or something. Yeah. School shootings. And the fact that they have let 1,195 school shootings go on and there's still nothing being done about it, but then yet...
They're we can all agree on that this app should be gone.
TikTok needs to go. I just don't think that that's the most pressing issue of everything. Seems a little bit crazy.
Yeah, here we are.
Yeah.
I hope it stays.
Yeah.
Obviously we hope it stays, but... Or even just an extension. I'm not ready to let it go yet.
It's nothing even to do, honestly. I mean, it is to do. I'm not going to sit here in front. Obviously, that's where we make the majority of our income. But it's not we wouldn't have a job. We'd still be able to post on Instagram Reels and things like that. It's more from a consumer point.
My screen time on that app, not even posting, is literally 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
I love that app.
It is. It's just it's where... I find everything in life. Mm-hmm. I get my news from there. And you get more accurate news. I mean, some of it obviously is a little bit...
Yeah, but there's things you wouldn't see if it
Exactly.
wasn't for that app. And that's what I just really appreciate.
Exactly. Videos of the fires. You would never see that if it wasn't for TikTok.
Not even just that, but the sense of humor on TikTok is unlike anywhere else. The comment section, it's always going to eat. The videos themselves, there's certain things you can say that you cannot say anywhere else. I just can't imagine not having it.
100%. So just from a consumer standpoint, I really hope it stays.
I love to giggle.
I know. That app seriously is the biggest thing in my life. And I actually cannot conceptualize a world where I just cannot go on TikTok. If I'm on an airplane and TikTok won't load, I'm having a panic. Yes. I can't imagine feeling like that for my entire life.
Every day, all day, every day.
That's horrible.
But anyways, we'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
You can only control what you can control. We have no control over this.
Yeah.
So
the fact that it's literally, we're recording this on Thursday and it's Sunday is when it's happens. So
we're still on our dry January and I won't break if it goes away, but will probably be the first time I could use a drink.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But dry January is still going really well. We went upstate with the bar for a couple of days, on a little mini brand trip. Guys, I had my first ever mocktail. I've never had a mocktail before, but I had a drink made with 0 proof tequila.
Yeah, that's
I was curious what it tasted like. I don't ever drink casually anyway, but I'm just I wanted to know what does a mocktail taste like when it has actual alcohol things in it.
Yeah, for me, I don't see the point in a mocktail with the 0 proof whatever because I don't like the taste of alcohol. I will say that one tasted good, but I like a mocktail that's just juice.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I'd rather just have juice, but I just never tried when it was right there. So I was let's get after it.
100%. I would never order a 0 proof. I love Aperol Spritz and I actually do think Aperol Spritz tastes good, but it doesn't taste good enough where I'm I need this. I would just still rather, I'd have a juice, a cute green juice. I like something
give me a
to
juice
sip on.
box. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
I'd rather have that.
Yeah.
But the trip was really fun, and me and Hallie had a sleepover on both nights. Mm-hmm. We used to have sleepovers so often.
Yeah.
We were talking about this, most days of the week.
Yeah. Before we had men.
Yeah. And now we don't anymore, but we had 2 in a row, and we were up till 2 a.m. both nights for no reason. Completely sober, just yapping.
Just scrolling and talking shit on TikTok and stuff, just
we can talk nonstop forever and never run out of things to talk about. We can't on this podcast because we would get canceled, but in private, we can yap.
We were saying this The thing with men is they don't want to beat the same topic into the ground.
Yes.
Like when you like bring up the topic that you've already talked about 3 times, they'll be like, yeah, you talked
they have
about
no
this.
change of opinion. They have no other outlook or perception of it.
Like we can like talk about the same thing and be like, well, you know what's interesting actually, and bring it up again in a new way.
Yeah.
And you can like, we literally never run out of things to talk about, where a guy would be like, okay, yeah, like
I've heard enough.
we've talked about that before. Like, yeah, I know. And you're like,
And that's the best thing about women.
yeah,
Like,
it is.
men don't do that.
No.
And they're honestly like, their quality of life is worse, I think.
I
because of
agree.
it.
I agree completely.
But just another reason that women are better than men.
I 100% agree.
But anyways, we asked you guys on Instagram for who's most likely to and assumptions about us. So we're going to go through them today. Okay, someone said Jazz tips really good for great service, but terrible for bad service. Guys, I value customer service honestly more than anything in this world. But like, I will never tip badly. Like, that's just not right in my opinion. Like, you have to like basically call me like a stupid cunt little bitch, like for me to like not tip you.
Yeah. I also think, especially nowadays with the iPads, there's like no possible way to tip badly because the options are like 22, 25.
No, they start at like 25 now, which is actually crazy.
But it's also crazy to me too, because I'm not going to sit there and take the time to like be like custom tip and type in a number. But it is a little bit crazy because I don't like when you're doing a takeout order or something like, I saw Remy make a video about this, or maybe it was a story the other day about like, what do you tip on takeout? She's like, do you tip 20%? Because that feels a little like shitty to the waiter who's only getting 20% when they're actually doing a service. And it's like a takeout.
No, I just do like a flat fee for takeout depending on what I ordered.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's hard when they have the 20, like whatever, then I'm just picking the 20%.
I do custom.
You do custom?
If it's a takeout order, yeah. Like, I like coffee or something, I'm not doing custom. That's just like different. But like a takeout order, I would do custom in that sense.
Yeah. I like
but also normally a takeout order, it's not an iPad. It's like you write it in on the receipt.
Yeah. And how much are we tipping like delivery drivers? 20?
Normally, yeah.
Okay.
But like I order a lot.
Yeah.
And like also like I'm like, you come upstairs and like buzz me. And
No,
like,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
the whole thing. So like yes, especially if the weather's worse too, I will tip more. If
Yeah.
it's like raining or snowing. I feel like I'm like
Yeah, I think it always starts at 20 and I never change it. I just leave whatever the
Yeah.
Uber app like puts or whatever. But
I will say, like, when I have good service, you can almost guarantee there will be a review. And if there's bad service, you can't guarantee there will be a review.
there's a review either way if it's good or bad.
Either way, but if there's a good, if it's good, it's like, what's her name from Cincinnati? Amber. Like, I will go out of my way to like find your boss's email to like say how good you were because I think you deserve like extra credit.
Yeah. I don't feel like I ever would leave a review, good or bad.
Yeah.
I'm
Like,
just
you
kind
care
of
about-
neutral.
care about it enough. Like-
I'll just always tip like the standard amount, but like I'm not leaving a review either way.
Yeah, it's always a principle for me.
Yeah. Jess has screen time limits on her phone for social media that she overrides every time.
Honestly, I had that for a little bit, but I was overriding it so much I just turned it off.
I've never had a screen time limit on my phone.
Well, I think it's good because it keeps you mindful of how much you are scrolling. Like, that's the whole point. But I also like don't like to know how much I'm scrolling because I know it's too much. So I had to turn it off for that reason.
I just don't care. I'm like, I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, it's not good for life is short. It's what I have fun and enjoy doing. I'm not going to sit there and be like, no, I feel like I'm healthy in a lot of ways. I'm going to be on my fucking phone.
People are always like, oh, you should never like scroll before bed, or like you shouldn't start your day by scrolling. Like, that's my favorite thing to do. And I can't imagine getting rid of my favorite part of my day.
I don't start by scrolling. I actually don't go on my phone most of the day. Like scrolling
Most
and
of the
TikTok.
morning?
Most of the morning I don't go on my phone. Because I'm up immediately. I also set a workout for like right away in the morning. So like I don't have an option. I get out of bed, I do my shit, I take care of my dogs, I make a coffee, I put on a workout set and I go. So I don't really get on my phone, I would say, till like, I don't know, afternoon time. But the before bed, oh my God, I'm so bad about that. Like I am scrolling.
I don't even think it's bad. Like, what's the harm?
I know. I agree, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm scrolling all night. Like my Hatch alarm told me to make my phone or my bed a no phone zone. I've not been implementing that at all. I can't.
I don't think either of us is giving golden retriever or black cat.
No.
Like in either side of the spectrum.
You're like an interesting dynamic because you can swing both ways with some things, like where you're such a sweetheart, but you're also such a cunt. You know what I'm saying?
I feel the same way about you.
Yeah. But it's like in different ways, I feel.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, because I would say in some situations I would be like, oh, Jazz is the nice one and I'm more of the kind. But then in other situations I'd be like, oh, Jazz is like the whatever and I'm the more. I feel like when we first meet somebody, for example, you're just so like more like you're not
more standoffish.
You're more standoffish where I don't want to call myself bubbly, but I'm more like, oh my gosh, yeah, for sure. Like whatever, because I just like do that to people. And then as I know somebody, I come down a little bit from being like high pitched, like I'm not being fake. I'm just like, I want to come across as very sweet, but
me, like I will be like the same no matter how much you know me.
You can't physically, I don't think, bring your voice up either way. So it doesn't matter.
Like people like think I'm like monotone towards them and think I'm like rude. And then like they'll get to know me and realize my voice is not changing.
Yeah.
Like my, everything about me is not changing.
Yeah.
I like how I approach them.
Also, what I share on TikTok, I feel is a little more like vulgar / like, especially what I used to, like vulgar and like more like, fuck you, da, 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 and you're not as much like that. But like in real life, I feel like we're on a similar vibe of like being vulgar and stuff like that. So I might come across as a more like, kind of person. I don't know how to explain.
Depends on the day, honestly.
It literally does.
But I don't think either of us are like either like.
No, you're definitely not Black Cat because in some ways you're like obsessed with Squishmallows and so sweet, and you're not like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
it just depends.
Hallie judges you a lot for smoking. I literally don't give a fuck. I actually could not care less. I think if we like lived together, I would be like, I don't want the apartment to smell like weed or something.
Yeah, I think it's also, I don't think you judge. I think you also just don't get it.
No.
Why would you get it if you don't smoke?
Like, I don't give a fuck. The only thing I maybe would judge you for is like if every single activity we ever did you had to be high for.
Yeah.
I'd be like, really? Like if we were like, you're like, sorry, I'm waking up in the morning smoking before I record the podcast, I'd be like, okay. I don't give a fuck if you like do that at night. Like it has nothing to do with me. I think it's funny.
Yeah. Jazz will be pregnant a month post-wedding. Yes. One can only hope.
T.
No, I don't want to get pregnant that fast, but like it could happen. It's up to the, what's it called? The universe?
Yeah. Jazz will quit the internet before Hallie.
I don't think I'd quit the internet.
You used to always say like, I want to go back. I want to go back.
Say that.
But I was always sitting there like, I believe that you could and you would, like if it just wasn't your vibe anymore. But I'm like, you don't want to quit. I
think I used to say that so much because the hate was really a lot for me to handle. Mm-hmm. I don't think I had a very good coping mechanism or like a good way of handling all the hate that I was being met with. But I think honestly, like me stopping reading Reddit really helped me.
Yeah.
Like obviously be much better mentally, but it made me think about the longevity of it. Like if I'm not reading bad things about me, that I can probably do it. You know what I'm saying? So for that reason, like I don't have any desire to quit. But before when I said that all the time, I couldn't imagine dealing with like being hated every day for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Whereas like now I'm like, it's more of like out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, I get that.
And I think I'm also just way more comfortable with the block button, as we know, which has made it much easier for me. And I will continue to be as life goes on.
Yeah. I would personally, this is like my dream job, obviously, and I would like to expand it further and create like a business and stuff like that. But ultimately, I would always love to do this. So I never plan on quitting. Hopefully everything like sticks around and we're all good.
That one app.
Yeah. But
I assume Hallie has a very organized shoe closet collection.
I did just have actually cleaners come over also, which helped even more. But I really have, since we moved into this apartment, I felt like everything was kind of a shit show, but I've really organized good recently. And now my shoes are very, very organized. They already were before, but I got these boot hangers and everything, and my closet's like color coordinated. So yeah, but I really did not used to consider myself like a more organized person. I've come into that as in the past couple of years.
It's that also just comes with age as a whole.
I felt like I've always been very clean in the sense I'm not gonna like it grosses me out to like leave a dish out or something like that where there's like food, and I always like shower a bunch and stuff. But
you would never know where anything is.
Like everything's so it used to be so disorganized. But I also think that's just part of living in New York City because you have too much Sorry, I sound like that fucking infomercial or whatever. Yeah. Too much stuff, not enough space. That's literally New York.
For fake space bags.
Yes.
That's what it was.
Yes.
I assume Hallie got better grades in school. Hallie definitely got better grades than me in school, guys. I barely graduated high school.
What'd you get?
Like, not for being stupid, because I just didn't go. Like, I didn't go so much, and I just, like, did not give a fuck. Like, it just wasn't for me.
Yeah. I didn't go to school either. Like, I skipped. There was probably not a single week I went all 5 days, like my entire.
Okay.
Like I skipped at least one day every single whatever.
I also missed half my freshman year because I was getting surgery and I was in Seattle for a long time. And it's like, and they like wouldn't. I was like 2 days off from like the amount where they don't count your grades and you can like redo things, whatever. And it's like that. My D's that I got that entire year gave me a really bad.
That's annoying.
Over. Yeah.
But yeah,
I just like didn't give a fuck.
I definitely got. I was also like, I just wanted to get like A's and stuff, but I'm also like just good at bullshitting through like.
Yeah.
Like, did I actually retain the information? Probably no, not at all. I just could like
you did
a little bit, but I'm saying I just could bullshit through. Like, if you gave me a test, like I could just kind of figure it out to like bullshit through and get a decent enough grade and then do the extra credit and da-da-da to make it get an A. But was I like sitting there every single time getting like a 99%? No, I just could bullshit it to work out.
Yeah.
Jess would fart in a room full of people and be proud of it.
I mean, I wouldn't like claim that I did it right away, like when I did it, but if someone brought it up, I would like admit to doing it.
I think you burp and you'll be like,
that is accurate.
Not give a fuck, but I wouldn't say fart. Like, but you would burp very loudly and be like laughing about it and not give a fuck. But yes. I don't think you would fart.
I wouldn't proudly do it, but like I would own up to it if it was brought up.
Yeah. Helly always has to pee and Jazz can always hold it. That's literally the most accurate.
It's actually so annoying because whenever we go anywhere, like as soon as we're like ready walking up the door, bags in hand, I have to pee every single fucking time without fail. And I've gotten to the point where I'm like pee first and then I'll get up.
Yeah.
I won't get up until she pees.
Yeah, because it's also just a mental thing where I think I'm like, God, I don't want to be in a situation. I hate being in a situation where you have to pee so bad and you're like, you know, and your stomach like literally physically hurts.
Yeah.
I hate
it's
being
also because
in
Hallie drinks water nonstop all day long and like I just don't.
I do drink probably 20 like 40 ounce Stanleys a day. I'm not even kidding. I drink so much. So it also makes
I just don't.
But I also think I have just a weaker bladder in general. Maybe I should do some pelvic floor exercises.
There you go.
If Jazz wasn't an influencer, she might be either a finance bro or a flight attendant.
So funny.
I see you being both of those.
I actually almost was a flight attendant, and I was applying jobs and I was interviewing and I got like partway through, I was like, I genuinely cannot wake up and be on this like flight schedule. Like, I can't do that.
You'd be the best flight attendant at like a 3 p.m. flight for like an hour and a half. You're bringing drinks. You're
I'm so happy chatting with everybody. Like
pretzels?
You want some extra cookies? Like
literally.
Where are you flying to? Like, literally. You know, like but catch me in a morning flight, like absolutely fucking
at a 5 a.m. flight. You literally
fuck yourself. Like literally, like get your own fuking drink. I'm not doing it. Like
that is 100% what you would say. Like you would be the worst. You'd be that cunt flight attendant that you're
get like in like an argument on a plane. Like someone's like recording them, like they're getting kicked off. Like I would be like, get the fuck off my plane.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying I'd be acting. I was a fucking captain. Like I'd be so horrible. Like I'd be the worst thing ever.
No, you fully would.
But like literally an afternoon, like I'm a fucking angel on earth.
Yeah, you'd be the best and the worst flight attendant. Like if you could only fly at like good hours, you would be the best flight attendant.
Yeah.
That is so funny. I can't see you being a finance bro in the sense like you'd be so bored and like hate doing like fucking Excel and numbers.
That's
and
what
stuff
I used
like
to do all day.
You did like numbers?
Yeah, I was a pricing
pricing
analysis.
Because I see you hating that, but I could see you loving the like power trip and the like corporate vibe.
I love that.
Yeah.
Like that part, yes, 100%. Like I love telling people what to do.
Yeah.
Hollywood accidentally join a cult.
A workout one, I think I could fall victim to, or like a Tracy Anderson Tamily vibe, like something like that, where I'm like, no, it's life changing.
I'm like low-key in the same cult as your dad.
What is it?
With the disc.
Oh yeah,
like
that's not a cult.
No, but like I took it a step further than him. Like I was, guys, this disc.
Oh God,
like, this disc is like a test. Based to like tell you like your personality and why you react the way that you do and like why you do what you do. It's a whole thing. Look it up. But it's by Tony Robbins. And I went to a Tony Robbins conference like when I was like 19 years old. And I was like, I understand myself. Like I understand why I do what I do. I understand why everyone around me does what they do. And I can do anything. I literally walked on fire, you guys, at this conference. Like bare feet, walked on fire, didn't get burned because it's all a mindset. And like I was so into his books and like all these things. I'm like, I was in this like low-key kind of cult for like, a hot minute.
Actually that is a cult. And
but the thing is like I'm not I don't go to these conferences anymore, but like I would go back. I think like I see a cult now from like an outside perspective and I'm like, there were good parts.
Yeah.
You know, like I had some great takeaways. Was everything normal in there? Definitely not. But like there were some good things. I had some
100%.
good parts of it.
Yeah. You from like a mental space, I feel like would join a cult, and I would join one for like a health, like you have to only eat this and do this. Like I would be weird like that, and you would do that.
I love self-improvement, like and understand like therapy, all that kind of stuff, like that kind of thing. Yes, I would join. 100%.
You know, when you, well, I don't know, I go to workout classes sometimes, I'm like, this person is in a cult. Like, I can tell. It's just the way they're dressed, like, everything. They're like, the way they're so into it. I'm like, yeah, like, I see that for myself one day.
I do. I see that for you.
Yeah.
I see you starting one, actually. Yeah.
No, I don't want people, she's going to be in a cult. I feel like Hallie would talk shit about a fan and Jazz would be like, stop, that's not nice.
I would not do that. I'm going to be so fucking for real with you guys. No. I'd be like, period.
The only time I would ever talk, like, genuinely from the bottom of my heart, it is so sweet and so kind when somebody comes up to me and says something. I will always be so grateful, and I would never talk shit about anybody for coming up to me ever.
Before it starts, I'm not saying we're talking shit about you guys.
The only time I would ever talk shit is if I feel somebody behaved inappropriately. That's what it is. Like if there's like a few times where I'm like, whatever. Like if you're giving me a spray tan and before you walk in to see my naked body, you're like, love your TikToks. I'd be like, maybe that's a little
We talk about
odd.
Things that are like, oh, that was definitely not the place or the time, or like that made me uncomfortable type of thing.
Yeah.
But
like, or if somebody says something really personal, or like that one time that girl came up to all three, me, you, and Carly, and she's like, I love you because you're thick. I love you because you're insane to me. And what she say? I love you because you eat a lot or something.
Yeah.
Didn't she say
like
that?
And like you're lazy and smoke weed. I was like, okay, like.
Just like me. And then you were like, it was almost like a dig at all of us where we all kind of walked away from that. Like
that wasn't that positive.
We're like, was that genuine?
Like things like that. But overall, like,
but I would never. And also, I feel like we're always on the same wavelength of like,
we pick up on the same things.
Was that weird or was it not? But I would never talk shit on anybody that has a normal interaction with me ever.
Yeah. Hallie doesn't want Jazz to move to New Jersey. I don't think Hallie gives a fuck.
No, I do. I obviously, like, I love our proximity and I wish you would stay. But I also don't think that, obviously, like, wanting to start a family, that's not your journey. So I'm happy for you to move to New Jersey and do what you want, because I know ultimately, like, that's what would make you happy. But obviously, like, it makes me sad, but I think that's what's best for you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. That was nice.
Yeah. Like, I just think you would be like, I'm the type where I'd be like, yeah, let me lift that stroller up the stairs. Like, I'd be like loving that. And you would be the type that's like, no. Like, I don't want to, because you just wouldn't like city raising a family at all.
And like, I thought about like doing it for like a couple years, like as like with like babies and not like actual toddlers. But like the thought of like a stroller in the city just makes me want to die.
It makes it, I think like parents who raise their kids in the city, it's a lot harder.
Respect for that.
It is. Because you're not putting them in a car and driving them somewhere. Like, you're fucking walking. You're taking that kid on the subway.
Most places are not stroller friendly.
No.
And like when I started looking at the city through the eyes of like what's stroller friendly, I was like, this is not for me.
It's the same thing with like, I mean, obviously it's a lot harder to be in a wheelchair, but imagine living in the city in a wheelchair. Like, it would be so difficult.
Like, no, it's not accessible.
Like, getting into the subway, that's what you really do, especially like when you are raising a kid. You really have to think about where you live, because if you want to take it to preschool and you're having it in a stroller, you want to be somewhere where you can like walk to the preschool.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Like,
there's so many things to consider.
Yeah.
It really changes your perspective.
Who's most likely to wet the bed after a night of drinking?
Neither of us.
I personally have never done that. I've thrown up all over myself, which is disgusting, but like after drinking.
Yeah, I've never peed. I've definitely puked.
But I've never peed.
Yeah. Someone said Jazz might be older, but Hallie is the mom. I think you're a mom for some things.
Yeah, it's just like back to what we were saying about like it flip-flops.
What?
Like before when we were like somebody's nice, somebody's not.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I think with some things, like, you're the mom where, like, calendar schedule-wise, you're like, this is it. Except I've gotten a lot better about it.
You have, and I really do appreciate that.
But I was a little immature in that realm for a bit. And then I'm the mom, like, being like, we're going to be late, and, like, stuff like that.
Yeah. It's always just, like, a balance, I feel like.
Yeah. I feel like you're the type to have more stuff in your purse. Like, you would have, like, nail glue and stuff. Where I'd be like, can I have
we get on a
some?
plane, like I have everything for you. Like I'm checking in.
100%.
Who's most likely to get a random tattoo they regret on a night out?
Jazz.
Me, 100%. Guys, we're getting your tattoos removed.
Yeah.
We have appointments. I'm not getting all of them removed, and they're not even gonna be removed before the wedding. Like I should have started sooner. Like that's on me. But I am starting. We both are next week. First session for tattoo removal.
I also just really did not conceptualize because I was just thinking, oh, mine's so small, it's not going to take that long. Look, I didn't understand how tattoo removal worked. And like before anybody's like, oh, I'm not getting engaged. I'm just saying, before I would ever get engaged, like I have a horrible tattoo on my middle finger that's on my left hand. I would want that removed. And then she's like, yeah, it might take like a year and a half. And I was like, good Lord. Like imagine if I was like, I should get engaged soon, like in 2 years or something. And then I was like, oh, and then I'm like, I'll just remove it really quick. And I was like, oh, that's going to take a year and a half. The fuck? I also thought the laser just like, I don't know how to explain this. You know how hair just disappears from your skin? I thought that's what the laser was doing. I didn't realize it was just breaking it up into smaller pieces and it like flushes out in your body.
Well, I didn't realize how much time you had to wait in between sessions.
Yeah, like 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, like that's an inconvenience.
Yeah, and we both went to do it that day. She was like, oh, you guys can like get it done today. I'm like, amazing. And then she said something about a spray tan. I was like, oh, spray tan doesn't affect it, right? She's like, no, you can't get a spray tan for 2 weeks before.
Guys, I've never had a spray tan in my life. I got my first one the week prior.
Yeah, and I had gotten one the night prior. And also at the same time, I'm like, I never don't have a spray tan on. I never don't.
Or self-tanner.
Or self-tanner.
Said either or.
That's what I'm saying. So I always have fake tan on my body, always. And but I did last night go get my spray tan, but I covered the flame so it wouldn't be affected, the tattoo, with some rings. So.
Yeah, so super excited to start that process.
Anyway.
I'm getting my elephant removed, my high C removed, and my the C's behind my ear removed.
Yeah.
And honestly, probably more as like time goes on.
Okay, period. But
we'll see how badly it hurts before I actually decide.
Yeah,
that.
I also didn't realize, I thought it would be take a lot of time. She said it takes 15 seconds. Like mine would take 15 seconds. She said yours, elephant, which is relatively big, would take less than a minute.
It's large.
So I thought they would keep going over it. They literally just zap it once and you're done.
So excited for that. We'll keep you guys posted.
Yes, but Jazz would probably get a random tattoo.
Yeah.
I could be convinced.
Too many.
Yeah, you've done it.
I've got half my tattoos I got drunk. But the ones I'm getting removed, funny enough, are the ones I've gotten sober. So
yeah, that's what's embarrassing for me. Like I got mine sober.
Yeah.
Like I made that poor choice sober. But I could probably be convinced for like a small one.
Yeah. I'm like New Orleans. Can we just talk about that real quick?
Hopefully, yeah.
Guys, we're going to the Super Bowl.
So excited. I'm so excited.
We're going with we're going with a brand, but cannot wait. We're gonna be in New Orleans.
I'm super excited to go to the Super Bowl, but I might be more excited to go to New Orleans because I've never been to New Orleans before. So I'm excited to see what that's like and the vibes. And I think it'll be a really good vibe in New Orleans because I feel like Mardi Gras and all that, like they know how to party. Yeah. So I'm thinking the Super Bowl will be
God
like so
we
fun.
are done with dry January when this is happening.
I might not drink. I don't know. That might be
I'm
hard.
not gonna get like blacked out, but like, I can have a drink.
No, that might be hard to not drink. I don't know. We'll see. But I am very excited.
Super excited. So maybe we'll get tattoos there.
Yeah. We get like a fucking what's the like
we like pick a team we think's gonna win and we get their stuff tattooed on us.
Literally.
Like
champions. No, what's the like the Saints logo? You know what I'm saying? That's like I can't remember what it's called.
I don't know.
But like that's like a New Orleans thing.
Yeah, that stuff.
We get that tattooed on us. Who's most likely to die first in a scary movie?
100% me. I will ask them to take me out.
No, you just feel like I don't want to do this personally.
I'm like, shoot me, genuinely. Like, I don't give a fuck.
You'd be running in the woods for 2 seconds. You'd be like, honestly, no.
I would just be like, I'm done. I don't have it in me. Like, I don't have the will to live.
I think you might live because of that. They'd be like real as fuck, honestly.
Like, it's not fun to like kill you.
Yeah.
Now.
I'd be sprinting.
No, she'd be like fighting people off.
Yeah.
Most likely to move out of the country. I'm gonna go Hallie.
Yeah, because I think you're like getting married and like you want to like start a family and all of that. And like
ballerina farm moved to like fucking like somewhere in Europe for like some random ass place.
I'm
like,
guessing that's where
all
she
her
would
fucking
be.
kids.
Oh, I did not see that. No,
like for the next like 9 months or some shit.
Oh, crazy!
It's crazy, and she's fucking pregnant.
Oh, that's insane. Yeah, but I could see honestly, Reed and I like moving. He has like offices all over the world that he can work out of. So like
I can see that happening.
We could objectively move.
Don't do that though.
I would only do it very temporarily for like, I think it'd be cool for like a year or two. The only thing is the dogs. I don't know because I don't know what the rules is.
There.
I don't know. This is from forever ago. Okay. So like this is probably not accurate anymore. But I remember Reed's grandma was telling us how they moved to Australia when they like, obviously this was probably in like 1970, maybe even sooner before that. But they had a dachshund and they moved to Australia, and the dachshund was going to have to go on a boat to London, quarantine for 6 months to make sure it didn't have any like diseases, and then take another boat to Australia so they wouldn't get the dog.
Australia is very different than like Europe.
Maybe you think like London, you can just take your dog over there.
And literally the Christina, like the legal girl, she like is like always wore pink. She brought her poodle she rescued to London for when she studied abroad.
Okay. Yeah. Period. So yes, if I could bring my dogs, I would go for like a year or something. I think that'd be really fun. But if I couldn't, that might not work.
Okay, you can leave them with me.
My mom would be like fighting you for them.
Literally, she actually would. To buy brand new furniture on impulse.
Jazz.
Yes. And I have. One day I walked into EQ3 and bought a whole bedroom set. But I needed it. And I still have it and I love it.
Yeah, I'm somebody that'll like weigh my options and like look around and like whatever. Jazz will be like, I like this. Yes.
I'm just decisive like that. Most likely to trip and fall at a bar. Honestly, 50-50.
Yeah. I used to consider myself a clumsy person. I don't really as much anymore, but it's not unlikely that I would like fall.
Yeah, it could definitely happen.
Get lost taking a route they've taken 100 times before me.
Hallie, I have a great sense of direction. That's one thing about me. Like 9 times out of 10, like I can basically retrace anywhere I've been before.
In the city, I have a great like walking. I can do it. Like I think I
was city. Actually, I'm terrible. Yeah. Like get me out of the city. Like if you've driven me somewhere once, I can basically get back there again.
But I also think I think I have such a different.
Like if you took me into your neighborhood, like past the gate, I could get you to your
Really?
house.
That's so funny.
I'm 100% confident.
I don't have a good sense of direction driving. I don't know what's happening when I'm driving TBH, but like walking in the city, I think very good. I think I can. But I also think it's just literally because I like had to learn the city because I was running all over the fucking city, like doing returns and all of this shit for celebrity stylists, like whatever. So like I feel like that's the only reason. Other than that, I don't really think I have a great sense of direction.
Most likely to get accidentally pregnant, Hallie, because I wouldn't do it on accident. Like mine would be on purpose.
I definitely don't think that I would ever get accidentally pregnant because I have an IUD. Like I think if I ever did, it would be intentional. Like I don't think it's possible.
Valid. I mean,
before
it's like
before
0.1% or whatever.
IUDs, probably me.
Yeah.
But I got an IUD like pretty soon after I started having sex. Most likely to book a spontaneous trip. Honestly, both of us.
Both of us. But Hallie just did.
I just did. I'm going to St. Thomas. Actually, when this comes out, I'll be on the plane on the way to St. Thomas. Mm-hmm. The flight anxiety has been flight anxietying especially more because I've seen so many like plane shit everywhere. It's not giving. But I still continue because I love to travel. I just hate the flying part. So anyway, I don't know. I just wanted to go to somewhere warm for like a weekend. And I found St. Thomas. I was like, never been there. I'll go. So me and Reed are going. Nothing to do with the brand or anything, just vibes.
Most likely to break dry January. I actually don't know. Because like, I don't think I would break it. I don't think you would either. I'm only going to say you because like I could see you getting peer pressured in a social setting with like new people.
Maybe. Yeah.
Like, because like you like are such a people pleaser with brand new people that like, you don't like... that I think you could be convinced.
Yeah.
Whereas like I don't give a shit with new people.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But overall, I wouldn't say either of us are.
Yeah, we're definitely both not going to, but the fact we're more than halfway through it too.
I know. Time's flying.
Yeah.
To third wheel the other, I think either of us would do it.
Yeah.
Like I think we either like I don't think either of us.
We both have for different. Who's more likely to kill a bug instead of screaming? Probably you, but I've gotten a lot better at killing bugs.
Yeah.
I feel like it just depends on your vibe. You'd be like, I can't sometimes, and other times you just walk up and like...
Depending on what bug it was, if it looked like those worms, like those noodles that I hate, not me. I'm going to have a panic attack. But like a regular ass bug, like I'll kill that.
Let's say there's one of those like Australian wolf spiders on the wall that's like that big. Oh my God, they're like, it looks like a tarantula. But I mean, I'm not kidding. It's like this big, okay? Like a spider that big. Who's killing it?
I'm calling someone.
It's sitting right there. No. And like it's sitting on the door. So to get out of the door, we would have to kill it. And our phones are outside.
Gun. Just a gun.
Like, who's killing it?
I'm gonna go with you.
Yeah.
Because like I just can't handle that. And I think you'll get so annoyed with like dealing with me panicking that you would just deal with it.
Honestly, one of those seems a little bit easier to kill than like a tiny, tiny little one that can run away. Because I think if you got something really big and you just like swung it as hard as you could, I think you could like kill it. But ultimately, hopefully neither of us.
Most likely to get pulled over for speeding. I'm gonna go with you. Yeah.
I don't know though. I feel like you'd be cruising.
I think I cruise, but I'm so always paying attention to like if there's a cop around or if what the speed is. Like I'm just like I think I pay more attention to the surroundings.
I feel like I low key drive slow because I don't really know where I'm going a lot of the times.
You either drive very slow or very fast.
Yeah. Like, because I'm like, and I like don't know where I'm going. So then I just go with the flow of traffic and never pay attention to the speed limit. Yeah. I just kind of am like, okay.
Most likely to get suspended from Resi for canceling too much.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
I didn't know it was a thing either. I would go with me.
Yeah. I would never because I'm not getting charged that fucking cancellation fee. Like, I'm going.
See, I would just be like, if I don't want to go, I don't want to go.
Yeah, you would. I like can't like
I'll
little things like that.
Things like that.
I can't handle like a workout class cancellation fee that's literally like $15. It hurts my soul. Like for no reason. Like I can't handle it.
Run for public office.
Me.
I'm gonna go with you too. But I could see like you know how like Claire runs something like in
you could do that
after like a stop sign in Modern Family off of pure principle. I would do the same shit.
Like a local thing,
yeah, like
100%.
If something like pisses me off, like in like a neighborhood that I'm living in, I'd be like, fuck this.
Yeah, no, you would. Honestly, I think you're most likely. Because like if we're talking like trying to run for president, which neither of us are ever gonna fucking do, I would say probably me. But I think anything local, you're way more likely to like do some shit like that and be like, because again, you love like the corporate power vibe, and
it's just like it would be a pure principle like fuck you thing. Yeah, someone that pissed me off.
I would never do that.
Most likely to get drunk at my wedding.
You,
me.
I would hope.
Like, yeah. Yeah.
Like I think you're gonna be drinking throughout the whole day and stuff. I think I'm
gonna like me and Kevin are gonna like rep a shot before walking down the aisle type shit.
Yeah, I simply will be sober.
Until after the speech.
Yeah.
And then you're drinking. Cause it's my fucking wedding. And I will take away your duties.
Unless I just never drink again.
That's not funny.
Yeah.
Most likely to get arrested. I'm gonna go with me as well.
Yes. 100%. So it would be something like
it'd be like a bar fight over something stupid or something.
Would it be like, I can't even explain it. It'd be like one of those situations where like you really didn't have to. They'd be like, you can just go home, like leave. And you'd be like, no, but whatever. And like standing on the principle so hard.
It's always the principle. Like, I will die on the hill.
You will.
That hill. Like,
but you would like be standing on the principle like, no, that's not okay. And then they'd be like, you know what? Shut the fuck up.
No, dead ass.
It'd be something stupid. Like you'd stay for like a night and then get like checked out.
Most likely to leave the bar early on a side quest.
Probably you. On a side quest, I could see you like dipping and being like, we're going to get tattoos or something. I don't know.
Yeah, fully.
I would just be like, I'm going home.
Yeah. Start a fight in public. Also me.
Yeah.
A bar fight.
Also you.
Me. Most likely to trip and fall drunkenly. Also me. Also got stitches.
Yeah. That has happened. Have the most kids.
Me.
How many would you have? Max?
My max is 3.
That's my max.
Okay, then.
Unless like you accidentally like, I don't know.
say 3, but like, I guess I could be open to more. But I say 3 because like, I want to fit in a regular sized vehicle, like as a family.
Yeah, I think 3 is the perfect number and you don't need any more than that. Like I also think like at some point, and not coming at you, and there's nothing wrong with whatever, but I think at some point it becomes like irresponsible to have like 8
I don't think
children.
You can give like enough love to that
I think it just is like
time and attention.
People taking up space on the planet. Like if everyone had 8 kids, that's kind of crazy. And just, I don't think you can have like a great relationship with every single one of your kids as much as you could with 3.
Most likely to spend the most on DoorDash in a month. Definitely me.
I don't really ever. You don't
really ever like order.
I never used. I've never touched DoorDash if I'm being honest.
Like I got DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eats, every app.
I use Uber Eats. I just pretend like other restaurants or other apps don't exist besides Uber Eats. I'm just like.
See, the thing is, I actually have so much beef with Uber Eats. It's my least favorite app out of all of them. Like I love Grubhub. And I mean, I still have Uber Eats and I use it, but I don't like them because like they will fuck up your order, miss an entire portion of it, you're missing something, and they will not give you a refund.
Yeah, they're
like,
bad about
they
that.
will not. They have no remorse for anything you're ever going through, and it actually pisses me off. Like my order will not come, and they'll be like, "Oh, sorry, no refund." Like it didn't get
What
here.
pisses me off, yeah, they'll mess up your whole order where you're like this isn't what I ordered or something, and they'll give you like a $5 credit, and you're like,
No, they won't even
that
do
didn't
that.
even cover the like that makes no sense.
They won't even do that anymore. It's like very annoying. But
Okay.
Grubhub every single time. Also, Grubhub's always on time. Like they have an on time guarantee. Like I stand for that. That's amazing. Most likely to cancel on plans.
Probably me, but I've gotten better about it. I don't know.
I honestly think it's 50-50.
Yeah.
But also, I think like we would never cancel on things that like are actually important. We'll just cancel on like, oh, we were gonna hang out today. Like now we're not.
Yeah.
Like it's always casual.
Yeah. But I hate when people cancel last minute. So I try not to do that.
If I cancel, it's in advance.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's a reason, and I always try, like if it was on a friend and I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, I actually have this. Could we do this day instead? The guy try to
it's
like
always rescheduling.
reschedule or something, because I hate it just like, ooh, sorry, can't come anymore. And you're like, okay, like, I don't know.
Most likely to clap when the plane lands.
Me, because I'd be like, thank God
Yeah.
we lived.
To be late to Jazz's wedding.
Jazz.
Yeah. 100% me.
You'd be like, it's fine, it's mine, I can do
My
what I
fucking
want.
wedding.
That's literally what you would
Fucking
say.
wait for me.
Who's most likely to keep an item they borrowed?
I don't feel like we really borrowed that much. Like I probably only borrowed a few things from you, I feel like.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're both good about like I would just give it back.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not a stealer.
no. What's the reason?
No, yeah.
Like I just don't feel like that would ever be a thing.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like we both clean so much, like of like our stuff that we're like, oh, let me give this back to you because it's like taking up space in my apartment.
Yeah. Jazz cries for sad commercials. Hallie doesn't even cry for My Sister's Keeper. I don't even know what that is, but
It's this very sad movie. It's
Okay.
devastating.
but no, yeah.
I'll cry at anything though. Like guys, I literally I almost cried yesterday when like geese were crossing the road.
Yeah, I don't cry very much.
You're just,
Not never.
You're just not that much of a crier.
No.
Like I just cry a lot.
Yeah.
Someone said Hallie's most likely to go skydiving while Jazz is most likely to wait for her to land. Guys, I've been 3 fucking times.
Yeah, I would never go skydiving. I don't like flying. Why would I want to jump out of a plane?
Like I actually enjoy it.
Throw up in an Uber, Jazz.
Yeah, I never have. Out the window one time, but that was like when I was car sick.
I actually have thrown up in an Uber, but like when I was like 19 or some shit. But I threw up like in a bag. Like it didn't get in
like
the
your
Uber.
bag, right?
No, it was literally just it was like a plastic bag. Like it was like I
thought you
brought like
threw up in
alcohol.
your
in
purse
it.
that one time.
I probably did also. I don't know. Oh, I threw up on the Fendi bag on the ground.
Okay.
That was different.
Accidentally spill a secret to someone else. I feel like we're both very good about that.
Yeah. Honestly,
Like
I would love to spill secrets sometimes. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
The anxiety of having to deal with it is so not worth it. That like, are they gonna tell somebody? I would never.
Yeah. Oversleep for something important.
Yeah.
Me. Yeah. I love sleep.
My body like literally wakes me up out of anxiety because I don't like being late. Like if I know I have something early in the morning, like I'll wake up before my alarm even goes off because I'm like, I don't get a good night's sleep because I'm like, oh God, I need to.
Yeah, I'm a deep sleeper. Like,
Yeah.
I'll like have alarms set and shit, but I will just accidentally like, literally not hear them because I'm in such a deep sleep.
Yeah.
Overshare when drunk.
Both.
Both of us.
Maybe even you sometimes.
Yeah. I feel like you do that a lot too.
I already overshare, I think, on a sober level, and I think you like brings it out even more.
Yeah,
when
I don't overshare that much like when
Yeah.
sober basically ever.
Yeah.
But if I'm drinking, like I will share.
Yeah.
But it's like overshare. Yeah. Yeah.
And you'll start getting like deep. Like
I will. I love a deep conversation.
yeah. That like nobody's gonna remember because everyone was
Exactly.
hammered. Yeah.
Exactly. Most likely to put their card down. I'd say either of us, but I
Yeah.
will always fight for the points.
Jazz loves the points. I don't know how to use points, so I don't really give a shit.
Yeah, I love them.
Hallie's more likely to forgive someone. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't forgive people. Well, I mean I do, like if it's warranted, but like I don't think
You would, again, it's the principle. Like you'd be like,
forgiveness is a privilege.
no, you'd be like, Kai, somebody could literally be like, most people there's some that can't. But if somebody was like, sorry, I'd be like, it's you. You are so fine, girl. Even if I like was still like that was sucked, but I would just say it's okay.
I'll forgive, not forgive. I'll be cordial with anyone. I have no issue with that. But like, it's not even a holding a grudge thing. It's just like there's no need for me to have someone in my space that I'm not good with. I'm not going to fake doing that.
I'm not going to be fake. Like, it's not like I'm like,
no,
we can be friends
that,
again.
But it's like if I don't forgive you, I don't forgive you.
Yeah.
Like, that's just how I feel.
Yeah. I would say I also can just understand where people are coming from, and I think I also am like that's exactly what I mean. The two things can be true at once. Yeah. I can understand why you did what you did and still not forgive you. Yeah, but I also think like, oh, people just have different perspectives, and like, yeah. they did that, but and like depending on what it is that they did, and so like I don't know. I try to see the good in everyone, so I just feel like I'll forgive people, depending on what it is. Again,
and this is where I come in with principle.
Yeah,
it's the principle, and I won't. And I might forgive some things, but I won't forget. And that's all. That's all for this week.
Oh, period.
Yeah. So thanks for listening. See you guys next week. Thanks for chit-chatting with us. And
hopefully you're seeing these clips on TikTok.
Yeah. If not, RIP.
Catch us on IG Reels. Sorry about that. That's fucking ass.
It is, but it's where we will be.
Yes.
So
bye.